Cinema.
Welcome back to War with Cinema. I'm your host, Greg, your local metalhead, and with me is...
Part of the Collector. What's up, everybody?
And you gave me fucking Live by Night, a fucking Ben Affleck movie, because we need to do all the Ben Affleck movies, apparently.
Because, bro, we're a Ben Affleck podcast. Unofficially, of course.
All right, right off the rip, I need to ask you, do you legitimately like this movie?
I do.
Do you really?
I do. There are things, of course, that I find, that I could go without or it could change. But the great thing about this movie that for me is I read the book.
Did you?
I did.
So you know like the whole backstory.
I know you're still fucking
read?
marveled that I can read, but yeah, like I read a lot actually. Even if it's comics, still reading.
Yeah, it is.
I cannot stress to the children of the world, reading is the key.
It is.
Keeps you sharp, bro.
Right. So this is Ben Affleck's like passion project, written, directed, starred by him.
Oh, he wrote it. He wrote
Yes.
the screenplay too. I don't see how I wondered about that. I knew he directed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny is I bought the DVD for this. I got it in the package for $1. So this is what y'all need to know about this movie, man. I'll tell you the thing, man. The worst part about it for me is like it. I don't think it's a bad movie at all. Like, is it a little long? For sure. Does it have some problems? Yeah.
Fun fact, it was originally supposed to be 3 hours long.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they didn't go that way.
Right.
I think it's around 2
hours,
change.
8 minutes, because I've watched it twice.
Oh, you watched it twice?
I watched it twice.
Sweet, dude.
Because last night, I started drinking, and I watched it. Halfway through it, I was raging. And I didn't know if it was the alcohol or the movie. So I watched it again this morning. Definitely the movie.
Wasn't the whiskey.
Wasn't the whiskey. If anything, the whiskey was getting me through it. But
it's got a pretty good cast, though.
So, budget. How much do you think this thing costs?
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 40 mil.
Let me just say this. Like, this was a big flop. They lost $75 million making this movie.
I remember they spent a shit ton on advertising because that was when Warner Brothers was pretty much the Affleck studio at that point.
Yeah.
All the DC.
Well, he had 3 hits under his belt. Gone Baby Gone, Argo, and The Town. Like, he had 3 hits, like, back to back. So I'm sure they were confident in his ability at this point.
As a director, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But see, like, that's the thing about it. Like, he's in Argo, but he's not, like, what makes that movie great. Like, he's a minor role in Argo.
But
it's a great
he's
movie.
The director.
Yeah,
he's
it's a great movie.
So they lost $75 million, which means the budget was $108 million. It brought in $33 million, and that was it. Worldwide.
I think I went and saw this in theaters, actually.
Yeah,
I think I did.
So this holds...
So it came out like Christmas.
Yeah, it was a weird time it came out. It's second place in box office drop-offs because it got released in, I want to say, like 2,100 like theaters. And theaters have to keep movies for 2 weeks, mandatory. And then the third week they can do whatever. By the third week, there was 128 theaters that had this left in it.
Well, I didn't know. Fun fact, folks. I did not know this when I went in, but I was just on YouTube surfing the other day, and it's just proof that the people are listening to us, because every time you mention it, my wife asked me what the movie was this week. I said, oh, it's Live by Night. And my phone heard it. So when I pulled up YouTube, it had Live by Night trailer, and I clicked on it, watched the trailer, which, by the way, man, this is the Terminator Salvation at its best right here. Warner Brothers got you hard. They made this movie like it was going to be the next Godfather.
Yeah.
Like, it was just this big crime epic, which, to a point, like I said, there's elements of it that could have been great. But, yeah, they get you, they pull you in with a trailer, and the movie's just not that.
Right.
But, I don't know what I was talking about before.
You said you clicked on the trailer.
Oh, yeah. I clicked on the trailer. So then I saw a couple of things. I guess other people, I didn't know that people like made a living at shitting on this movie, bro.
Really?
Dude, this guy made like a whole episode, and it was just like the movie that broke Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And then I kind of read into it a little bit, and it's like you almost wonder, like, it shows in this movie his acting, man, because like you could tell his life is not going well outside of this movie.
Yeah, he's going through a divorce from Jennifer.
He's drinking himself into a fucking stupor.
Yep.
Daily. And I guess he's been struggling with that shit for like 20 years. He's been in rehab a couple times for it.
Yeah, and this movie like pushed him into alcoholism even further.
And then I saw the comp of him giving interviews, like press tour for this movie. The poor guy, dude, you could tell he's at the end of it. Like, he's at the end of his rope. And they won't stop asking about Batman, bro.
Oh my God, I know. I saw that too.
And then he just, like, at the end of it, it shows the meltdown, bro.
I
fucking love being Batman. I love Batman. You love Batman. I'm not here to talk about Batman today, dude. I'm here to talk about Live by Night.
Right?
I can't wait to do the Batman. That's up next. I get it. People love it. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this movie that I just spent a year and a half of my life doing.
2 years it take to make this movie.
Through the divorce, through fucking being Batman, all this other bullshit. I'm going to fucking kill somebody. Please ask me something to do with this movie and not fucking Batman. And it's just like, wow, bro. Like, I felt bad for him because I do like Ben Affleck, man. I think he is a good talent.
I think it is your civil duty to make me hate Ben Affleck. Because before this podcast, I didn't have a problem with Batman, with Ben Affleck. I liked a couple of his movies. I think he's a good director. But the more we do this, I'm like, I think I hate Ben Affleck.
I'm showing you all of his shit. Yes. The entire catalog.
Right.
But I think
he
that's
has
why
a lot of skeletons in his closet that I didn't realize.
But this is why I think I am a true Ben Affleck fan, bro, because like even through all the shit ones, I still like him, man. I still think overall he's done more good movies than bad movies.
No, he hasn't.
You think so?
He's done like 3 good movies.
What? I think he's done more than 3, bro.
That's you, because I hate this movie.
Oh, wow, bro.
You know how you felt about Stalker?
Yeah.
I feel about this movie.
It was that bad for you?
Probably.
At least they gave you some cool shit to look at in it. There's some kills that are pretty good.
Technically, it's a beautiful film. Like, it looks amazing. Like,
you see where the money went, for sure.
Exactly. Like, they did a good job making this look the part. But the script is just
I was going to say, that's
shit.
Probably one of my biggest complaints. I just felt like the dialogue wasn't there. Like, even the shit that was supposed to be like the big thing, like between him and the mob boss at the end and shit. I'm like,
let's get into it. Tell me about this movie. Tell me, what the fuck is this movie about? Because I don't even know.
It's about a lot, dude. It's about a guy's trip through gangsterism, man. Like, he starts off a novice and he ends up being the shit at the end, dude.
So one of my biggest gripes with this movie is fucking Exposition Dump. I fucking hate Exposition Dump.
Yeah,
and that's like not like most of this movie is just him talking about what's going on.
Yeah,
don't just tell me, show me.
I think Ben, and like that's one thing I realized when I watched this movie again was I was like, man, Ben Affleck loves to fucking narrate.
Mm-hmm.
He would narrate the shit out of his own life if they let him.
Right, and that's what he does throughout this whole movie. Is just narrates it. Just leave it alone. Just let it play out. You don't need to talk over it. I can figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, he it starts out. He went to the war.
The gangster part of it, like, I like the narration over that part, but the other shit, like, where he's, like, kind of, like, reflecting, that I could have gone without.
Right.
But he's just like, I just knew one day I'd pay for my sins and shit like that, like, that I could have gone, like,
well, it opens with him, he's like, and da-da-da time, I went into the army, and when I got out, I became a gangster.
Became an outlaw, yeah.
Yeah, I became an outlaw.
That part was cool. I loved it. It was like a throwback to the town, but it was like the old school version of it with the Model Ts and shit.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. There was a lot of cool kills. There's a lot of cool shit going on. Like when he fucking I like that little part where they go to tell the Klan to fuck off, like back the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, we even got a judge. He's like, we'll fuck your life up and the ones you love. He's like, so you're threatening me with more powerful people, and he's like, it's exactly what I'm doing with the one I'm talking to you for. And old boy pulls out that yopper, dude, gets his ass.
That's what I was gonna say. I know why you specifically like this movie.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of killing. There's a lot of shooting.
All about some killing.
Like, okay, there's some good like action scenes where people are getting shot up.
And I also liked the women characters in this movie. Both of his girls, the toxic ass blonde and Zoe's outdated.
Well, it just pissed me off because he was like, oh, so in love with the mob boss's daughter.
Yeah.
She fucks him over, and then he falls all in love with this fucking girl. Like, why are you such a bitch falling in love with these women so easily? Like, come
Because
on.
the dude's had a fucking terrible life, man.
I
and
guess.
that's all he takes fucking comfort in is pussy.
I guess, but
I
you don't need
can
to
get that.
You can get the pussy. You ain't got to fall in love with it.
Yeah, but that was the type. That's what I loved about it because that's how that's how most people in power are. Like they get drunk and they have that one vice that ends up being their downfall, whether it's power or money or pussy. And in his case, it was
he loves to fall in love.
he's got a gangster with a heart of gold, man. And she even tells him like, "You ain't cruel enough for this." And he's like, "You don't have to be cruel," but he ends up having to be. You know.
I don't think he brought anything special acting wise.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's probably my biggest thing about this movie is like the what if he hadn't been going through so much personal shit, would he have given a better performance? And you can't say that if he hadn't given a better performance, the movie wouldn't have been better. A little bit better,
but he didn't bring anything, so it's like you said, it's a what if.
But that's what I'm saying though. The poor guy was fucking losing his shit. Like I said, if he goes into this with the same focus he did on The Town, it's a fucking way better movie, dude. Especially all he had to play with. You got the mob, you got the Irish mob, you got the fucking Klan.
That's the thing is
Prohibitionary and shit.
There's too much going on. There's like 10 different storylines and he squishes them all together in one story.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I wish he would have like picked one of those plots and kind of stuck with it and flushed it out a little bit, because it starts off with him and the girl, the mob boss's daughter.
Yeah, he becomes like a bank robber, and his dad's a fucking cop.
Oh yeah, right.
He gets him out, which by that guy, I forget his name. Forgive me for forgetting it, but he was in Gangs of New York. That guy's a great fucking actor.
He is, but he's barely in this one.
Yeah, he really isn't. But yeah, he gets him out of trouble, and he's like, "I'm not ever doing this for you again.
Right?
You need to decide." He's like, "You think that this shit ain't gonna catch up with you?"
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "But it never comes how you think it will." Great scene between him and his dad, because he's like, "Look at all this fucking money I'm making," and like, you talk about this isn't the way to do it, but like, I've proven to you that being a fucking outlaw, like, I can make money.
See, I was kind of with it. This like first act, I was kind of with it. I was like, okay, let's see where this is going. And old girl stabs him in the back. He ends up going to jail over it. And then after he gets out of jail, his dad dies while he's in jail. It kind of like lulls for me. Yeah. And it just doesn't pick up again.
Well, because when he goes to Florida, that's the thing. When he goes to Florida, like, of course, they're like, who the fuck is this dude?
It is pretty cool, like, hearing them talking about these areas, because isn't this based off a true story?
It is.
So it's cool hearing, like, the history of our, area.
It's Tampa.
Yeah, it's Tampa, Ybor.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there where we've been.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, man, there are things about this movie that I just love, man.
Yeah.
Like, not even just Ben Affleck, but like I said, I like the fact anything that has to do with something that could have been us, anything that even is filmed in Florida. Like, I even went and saw that Bryan Cranston movie just because it was, it was filmed.
Did you see the first Punisher? Because it was filmed in Tampa.
The Dolph Lundgren one?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Terrible ass movie.
Yes.
It was like, if they would have just not called it The Punisher,
yeah,
it'd have been great.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie. But the fact that they put Punisher across it made it dog shit, because it's not Punisher.
Me and Mick, shout out to Mick, like, we had probably a good 20-minute conversation the other day about how Warzone's the greatest Punisher movie. And
he loves him some Warzone.
But we talked about it. I was like, yeah, man, because I like Thomas Jane, but that's a shit fucking movie. Like, I hate the first Punisher.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And but Warzone, I thought Ray Stevenson looks just fucking like Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, could the movie have been better? Probably, but like, it's still got some great fucking kills.
Yeah.
If you don't take it if you have fun with it,
that's
great.
the thing, is it's just a fun movie. Like, it's not meant to be taken like too seriously. Like, hardcore Punisher fans are just like, get off your high horse.
And Mick's a real fan because he knew the name of the guy that played Jigsaw, because I know he's been in a bunch of stuff, but I thought he played a fantastic fucking Jigsaw.
Some people said it was too cartoony, though. Like, it didn't fit the tone of the rest of the movie. Like, the rest of it was super serious, and then you have Jigsaw, which looked like he was straight out of the comics.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He played it perfect, like, just like how I imagined the dude in the comics, because I've read, Punisher's, like, Warzone, especially that run of Punisher, that's probably one of the only comic book series I have almost all of. Mm-hmm. And I love that storyline, but that's how Jigsaw is in that. Just an over-the-top fucking gangster, like, that's just went insane because the Punisher did this terrible ass shit to him.
Yeah. It didn't really bother me. I kind of liked it, but I mean,
I thought he did a great job. Now the brother, That was a little much because there's no Looney Bin Jim in the fucking comics. Like they completely made that up. But like he wasn't like a terrible character, but I felt like him plus Jigsaw kind of made it like over the top.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Warzone I thought was pretty good.
Right.
I would have liked to have seen another Ray Stevenson one.
Yeah, but then we
John
got
Barenthal's.
I was gonna say John Barenthal is the Punisher.
Yeah, I didn't want anybody to think that I was shitting on him by any means. That guy is fucking fantastic as the Punisher.
Yes.
Season 2 of Daredevil with him. Oh my God, dude.
Right.
That might be one of my favorite seasons of any show ever.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you.
When he runs the fucking gauntlet in prison, dude. Oh my God, bro. I was like, can they show this? He's stabbing motherfuckers through their eyes and shit. Like, it was crazy. Like, yeah, it was like the craziest 5 minutes of television I've ever seen.
It was like you can just cut that and rewatch it over and over. It's so
I do.
great.
Like once a week
regularly
on YouTube. Yeah, for sure. But,
so
yeah, get back to that.
What do you like about this movie? Like seriously enlighten me, because I couldn't find anything besides the way it looked to really like about this.
Honestly, I figured you'd be real easy with it. For one, it has mafia in it, which you know that's me. It has Tommy guns. Anybody, I have a Tommy gun tattooed on my fucking stomach. Any movie with a Tommy gun in it, I'll watch once. You know, and like I said, man, I am a fan of Affleck, bro. Like I think he is a good actor.
I don't.
And
I'm starting to learn that he's not a good actor.
Like I said, I thought it had some great kills in it.
Mm-hmm.
Did it drag? Yeah, a little bit. Could have trimmed some fat out of it for sure.
And I didn't feel like it was focused.
No, like you said, it does kind of, it is a little bit over the place.
It's like, oh, here's a plot point. Let's like explore this a little bit. Oh, wait, now let's move on to the next thing. Oh, wait, let's move on to the next thing. And it's like, come on, man. Like, let's keep it simple, stupid.
I loved old boy that played his right hand man. He's been in some stuff. He's great. I like him in this. And I thought it did a good job because like it shows you that like, yeah, you could do all this and you can get away for a while. And even though you don't feel like you're the actual bad guy at the end of the day, like he still had to pay for it. Like, you know, he got killed in front of his son and right in his front yard. Like, that's brutal, dude.
Yeah.
And that's a sad end to a shitty life. Like, I mean, yeah, he made all the money and did all that, but like, it just goes to show that, like, you know, when you live that kind of life, there's only a couple ways it ends.
Yeah.
Rarely ever do you die happy and alone. You know what I'm saying?
I've been, like I said, I've been watching The Sopranos. I'm in the middle of season 2. Like
I love that you're watching that, dude. That is the greatest thing you've told me.
Yeah,
like, I'm so.
And I'm like super into it too. Like it's hooked me now. I'm finally hooked. And
you're starting to do it, bro. Yeah. You're starting to do it.
Right.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. This is the one of the few times I wish we had video because they saw it. That would have been footage. That would have been footage right there.
Right. But it got me thinking about that. Is like once you get into this life, like there's only a couple ways out. Like.
Yeah, and I think James Gandolfini does a fantastic fucking job when he's he's breaking it down to the psychiatrist because that's probably one of the unspoken greatest things about that show is because I'm sure there has been gangsters that have had to go either whether it's court ordered or whatever that have had to go talk to an intellectual or a civilian about that shit.
Yeah.
Even though they can't get into specifics about stuff, just the way he tells her, like breaks stuff down to her, I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, because we all we have off this shit is what we see on TV.
Right. Exactly.
And he kind of made it a real thing. Like, it's like, look, it's not what you fucking see on TV. He's like, we're all trying to get the same dollar. Like, this shit is it's not a game. But like, I always thought that was the greatest part about the show is when he was breaking down. And he's like, there's only 3 ways this ends for me. Exactly.
And that's the thing that Hollywood has done is kind of glorified the life. They make it seem like it's all fun and game, but you can die at any moment. Either die or go to jail for life.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yep.
Or you snitch. And then you end up living in fucking Arizona or New Mexico or wherever under a different name.
Mm-hmm. But even then, you look because I saw that part where there was a snitch in The Sopranos, and then he got put in protective custody, and he moved him up to Maine. But he's like, on alert all the time. He's always scared of who he's going to run into. And so you're in your own jail. Like you're free, but you're not really free.
And then he was the worst one because he was giving tours and lectures about how he was a bad motherfucker, and you know the federal government helped saved his life and shit like that. Like, you know who did that a lot was Sammy Gravano, the guy that snitched on John Gotti.
Right.
You know, he wrote fucking books and you know did all this and ended up going back to prison for other shit. I watched the thing with him. It was a real big interview. He did it right before. It was like he did it like 2 years before he died, and he went through his whole fucking life and like told him, he's like, look, he's like, I understand what I am. He's like, I know I did what I did. He's like, but ain't nobody out here killed more fucking people than me, had more people killed than me. He goes, people talk about, oh, do you ever worry about somebody coming to kill you? He goes, that motherfucker better be good. He goes, because as old as I am, you still got to be a bad motherfucker to get me.
Right. So tell me about this, like how historically accurate this is, because you're pretty well, I would like to think pretty well versed in the mafia scene, and I know this is based off a real character. So,
obviously they exaggerated some for cinematic, you know, purposes, right. But the book, it focuses more on him, like running the liquor, like you know, more of the
prohibition.
Yeah, pretty much, and him trying to get the casino. You know?
Yeah. So the thing is their prohibition is going on, but he knows it's going to end soon, so they're going to lose all their business. So he's trying to start another business, which is the casino. But so he finds, who is it, the sheriff or whatever, the deputy. I don't know what his rank was, but found his daughter, nude photos of her. She's doing heroin or whatever, and he's like, you can have her back if you know, what do you say? What do you have to do?
He had to sign it over to like legalize gambling in the state.
Right.
Because they couldn't get the permits. They were having the place built, but they had to wait on the nod from the state before, because if they would have opened it, they got shut down immediately.
Exactly.
The gaming license is what they need, but they had to get the votes.
Oh, he needed permission to kill the KKK guy. That's what it was.
Too, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the good old boys were fucking rooted in there, dude.
Yep. So he gets his permission to kill. He'll bring his daughter back. But the thing is, he brings his daughter back and she becomes this like evangelical, you know?
Yeah. That was
and then she's
weird.
Like, I love the one line she had though. Cause he's like, I appreciate what you're doing. You know, keep doing what you're doing, inspire these people, but can you not talk about the gambling? And she's like, we can't pick our sins. Oh, she's like, if God comes back and takes gambling out of the Bible and makes it not be a sin, I'll stop talking about it. I was like, damn, that's pretty good. I liked that line.
Yeah, that was good. The part where the Klan dude goes up in there with his hood on and fucking shoots up that store in broad fucking daylight. A lot of, like I said, like a lot of brutal, a lot of cool scenes. Like I love that fucking shootout at the casino when they're building it. The old boy comes out with that shotgun and blows the old dude away. Right.
And I love whenever they're talking, he takes his gun out and puts it like directly in his chest and unloads a couple. It looked fucking badass. Like there's don't get me wrong, the kill scenes are great. There's one where this guy's getting a shave and he's standing behind him and shooting right through his body. Like fuck.
Yeah.
That's cold as shit.
But they toss old boy off the fucking roof, dude.
Oh, yeah. His head smashed in the concrete. My favorite was the girl, though. Yeah. Is whenever she like...
fucking gets old boy in the parking lot.
Takes the fucking blade out, like, and slits his throat. I was like, oh, shit. That's pretty badass.
When he went home with the girl that nobody had ever seen before.
Right.
Yeah, dude. A lot of good kills.
Yeah, there are a lot of good kills. I'll give you that. Like, and
and I like the Irish mob boss. He was he was an asshole, and he played it very well. What did he say? Something about like when she fucks him over, like the moment she fucks him over, and he puts his arm around her, and he's like, "I'm the one you gotta," or I forgot how he fucking says it, but it's just a really good line. But like I said, it's not a perfect movie, and I didn't think that, but anyways, but
yeah.
You know, we're gonna stick to the gangster trend, bro. I gotta keep you going, man. And
no, you're finding all the gangster movies that I'm missing and wishing I wouldn't have seen, but
you know, it was Affleck, so I had to pick it, dude. We're a bad Affleck podcast, bro.
Unofficial Ben Affleck.
We're the unofficial, president and vice president of the Ben Affleck fan club.
I should just start putting pictures of him on, even if it's not his movie, just have a picture of Ben Affleck in the corner.
Just superimposed on whatever the character is. You didn't know Ben Affleck was in this? Oh, yeah, he's definitely in this. For sure.
I can't wait till the day we run out of Ben Affleck movies.
We got a while. We got a while. We could do one every week and probably still get another year out of this.
That's the sad part.
Because I'll go back. We'll do Phantoms. You know what I'm saying? We'll do Phantoms.
I haven't seen it. So
see, I'm holding out the good Ben Affleck movies for you, bro. We haven't done Chasing Amy. We haven't done Mallrats. Like, these got greats, bro. He's got hits.
Mallrats, he's had such a small part.
I don't give a shit. He's in it. It's one of his movies.
Fair. Good Will Hunting. I'd be down to do a Good Will Hunting. I love that movie.
It is a good movie. Fucking Robin Williams shines bright in that movie.
Even Matt Damon.
And I don't like Matt Damon, man.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like a really good role for him.
Oh yeah, he killed that. That's by far his best fucking movie ever. Like, Affleck's good in it too. He is, bro.
He is. I'll give you that. But
eat your fucking cheeseburger.
But he's playing a fucking Jersey guy. Like, that's his niche. That's his like.
Watch your mouth. He's playing a Boston guy.
Boston. I'm sorry.
It's Boston.
Boston.
You go to Dunks? Get some coffee. Like movies like with his when he does his Boston accent, man, I'd be like, man, I'm ready to move. Like, let's go on up there. Go to Fenway. We'll go to Fenway. Watch the Sox. Watch the Sox rock people. Watch the Celtics and shit. Like, I could be all right. I'm doing everything but football. Like, I couldn't fuck with the Patriots, but like,
I was gonna say, like, your team is Dallas, so wouldn't you want to move to Texas, where like everybody else is doing apparently?
Yeah, man, but it's snowing there right now. It's like snowing in 49 other states.
It's snowing and it's so cold that they don't have power. Like, they're doing rolling blackouts to like so the fucking grid doesn't shut down. It's pretty crazy.
For real, dude. Prayers out to my wife's family. They live in Kentucky and they've been struggling with it. They got it. They don't have it. They have it. They don't have it. Because they're up in the mountains, bro. They're all those people you hear about.
One of my good friends, his family lives out there and they're going through it too. Like,
it's tough.
Yeah.
Whoever thought one time it actually benefited you to live in Florida, dude.
Right.
We're always the laughing stock of the states.
Yeah, but we're always warm.
We're always tropical, bitch.
Right. We ain't got to worry about this shit till a hurricane comes out of left field.
Stay warm. We will be. Yeah, but they don't have to worry about hurricanes and shit like that, though. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, we don't worry about hurricanes either. That's all meme. It was like everyone, when they hear about a hurricane, it's like shows them boarding up windows and shit. Floridians, it's like a fucking party out in the yard.
Right.
They don't give a fuck.
Because we've lived through so many that it's like, we're immune to it. Like, if you're going to take us, because we were
I used to sit out in my garage and drink and watch that shit. Like, raise up the door and just watch that shit, man. It's pretty cool.
You're like that dude with the American flag standing in the middle of the fucking, in the middle of the road in a boxers.
You remember when we did the alligator movie?
Yeah, Crawl.
Crawl, yeah, that's me, man. I'm one of those people riding around in my fucking John boat. You leaving? You bitch. Just a little water. But yeah, other than hurricanes, Florida's pretty sweet with the heat sucks, but I feel like we're built for that shit now, bro.
Yeah, if you live here long enough, you're gonna get. Yeah, it's the humidity that kills me, because I don't mind. I was talking to a friend about this. I don't mind the heat. Like, I can be hot and be fine. It's the fucking humidity that kills me. Like, being covered in sweat, like I have a fucking
ball
fever.
Soup, baby, it's ball soup year round. Yeah.
Swamp Ass is the worst.
Dude, it's been a beautiful weekend, though, man. They said it was supposed to be all rainy and shit. It's been fantastic.
Oh, it's been beautiful outside.
Nice and cold, at nighttime and days is nice.
I hope it stays this way, because we got a trip this weekend. We're going to Fort Myers for our anniversary and a wedding kind of thing.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so hopefully it stays beautiful.
You get to celebrate you throwing your life away by watching somebody else throw their life away, man.
Exactly.
That's amazing, dude.
It's your turn now, bitch.
That's
Go.
Full circle, bro. That's life right there,
it is.
dude. It's beautiful.
Circle of life.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I got a feeling you probably weren't gonna love this one. I was hoping maybe the killing would get you through. Did you enjoy it?
It didn't. I didn't care about the characters enough to even care about the killing.
This
like
movie would be,
cinematography wise, it looks fucking beautiful. Like, there's a couple of scenes where the guy's like shooting towards the camera and to take some people out. I was like, man, that's a really good shot. Too bad it was wasted on this shit fucking movie. Oh, when he pushes the guy down the middle of the stairs, shooting him on the way down.
Amazing,
I was like, that's such a good shot. Wasted on this fucking shit movie.
This is a great supercut movie.
Oh,
like, if
definitely.
you take just the kills out of this, dude. It's fantastic.
100%. Somebody needs to make that.
The shootout at the fucking end in the hotel. I love that fucking scene.
It's a great action scene. I will not take the action scenes away from this movie because they did a great job. I just wish Ben Affleck would have made better with the script.
Yeah, the dialogue definitely suffers the most, I think, out of all this, for sure. But and then, like you said, if you maybe took a couple of the plot threads out, just focus on one thing.
Exactly. Focus on the KKK. Focus on him going to jail. Focus on the prohibition. Focus on his relationship with the second girl or the first girl. Like, focus on something. Stop trying to do everything.
I thought she did a good job, though.
No.
Zoe. I thought both the girls
That's
did
another
a good
thing
job.
I wanted to say is, like, the acting is pretty good aside from Ben Affleck. I felt like he phoned it in. He doesn't feel like a gangster to me. He
He's
just
in
feels
pain.
like
He just looks like a guy who doesn't want to be there.
right. Exactly.
Like like it literally looks like he has to take a shit when he's saying half his lines. It's paining him to do this.
Right. And there's one time he's supposed to be threatening. He takes out his gun and puts it on the table, and it's like, that was the most least threatening thing you've ever done. Like, I didn't feel like he should be scared. Like,
if you do it the right way.
Yeah, and he did not.
This is for you. You know, like, you can do it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's, like I said, man, I feel like this movie suffered a lot because of one, timing. Because I'm pretty sure it came out at Christmas time with like a fucking Star Wars movie or something.
Probably, yeah.
And it got buried at the box office, like you said. And then, like I said, I think Warner Brothers, because Ben Affleck was cashing in hard at this time. He had just done Batman vs. Superman. You know, he had Argo a couple of years, The Town before that. Like, had some hits.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers was like, yo, you're a man right now, Affleck. Keep this fucking train going, dude.
Yeah. And he pretty much killed his career after this one because he hasn't, other than Batman, he doesn't have a whole lot going on.
Oh, what? Now?
Ben Affleck, yeah.
Oh, he's not even doing Batman, man. All that shit. I heard he only came back for like a day's worth of shooting for the Snyder Cut. Not even, maybe. Because I think he did that thing with Jared Leto. But other than that, I don't think he had to do anything new.
Ooh, speaking of. Well, let's put a pin in that.
Right.
Jared Leto. Let's finish up. Because I don't have anything else to say about this movie. Is there anything you want to touch on?
No, I was just going to say, the mob comes down there and tries to pretty much bully him out.
Yeah.
And he has the fucking epic shootout. You think he's done. Think he's about to get whacked. And he just fucking goes off and ends up taking up like almost an entire mafia family by himself. And has a cool cold ass line to the boss, kills him, kills his fucking son, and then he goes to live off happily ever after. You know, often the cut. They find him and they fucking kill him.
Right.
Like I said, I think it's really like he really wanted to nail home the idea. Like, if you do this, it's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
You can run, but eventually they're gonna catch up.
Right.
So, what are you gonna give this?
I give it a highly not recommended. Like, do not waste your time watching this fucking movie at all.
Unless there's a supercut?
No, not even. I mean, okay, if you go online and you find like a supercut of all the kills, fine, watch that.
This is a shorter Godfather 3. Honestly. Yeah. Kills great. Plot, not so much.
All right.
I still haven't watched the Coda yet.
Didn't you say your wife bought it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have to look. Yeah, she said she was gonna get it or did get it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe they didn't have it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll get you one.
Oh, I'm not that worried about it. Honestly, I really had it on my list because I was gonna get it for you. But
I've got so many movies that I've bought for the haul. I'm doing it tonight.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God, I'm doing it tonight, dude. It's gonna be the biggest.
You're not allowed to say haul on this fucking podcast anymore.
You're about to not be part of the collector anymore. I'm about to just call you Nick.
You are Nick. Nick, previously known as part of the collector.
It's only been 3 months, man. It's only been 3 months. Dude, like, if you think about it, if it was not for this podcast, bro, I wouldn't be doing shit. Like, I had 2 podcasts and a YouTube channel 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm down to you, bro. It's just you and me, dog.
I'm surprised you're as consistent as you are with me.
Well, I tell you, the reason why I keep up with this is because of you.
Yeah.
Like, you do a good job of taking care of me.
Yeah.
Like, I just
all you have to do is show up.
Literally,
I do everything else.
I show up, I do my thing, and I go home. You are definitely the talent. Like, people don't I would hope people don't question that, man. Like, if you love this podcast, 95% of it is because of Greg.
Well, like you said, I'm the steak, you're the sizzle. So
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm funny to hear every now and then, but Greg is what makes this shit work. It would be a terrible sounding podcast if I ran it, because I'd be doing it through a boom box or. Like,
all you have to go
machine.
is listen to Z Weezy and Par, and you just know what it sounds.
Yeah, that's my production. It's raw, baby. It's like
very, very raw,
like a Wu-Tang mixtape.
I was actually talking to Mick. We were messaging back and forth. I'm like, you know what I really want to do, but I don't want to take Nick's thunder. Is like me and Mick like to collect things. We're collectors, and I was like, what if we just like started our own thing where we talked about collecting? I'm like, man, that's like derivative of fucking Nick's thing.
Trying to poach my shit, bro.
But at this point, it doesn't even matter. It's not yours anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely dropping that shit tonight, bro. You stay fucking tuned, dude.
I'll hold my breath.
Yeah, you do that. And when you breathe out, it's going to be fantastic, because I got the biggest fucking haul any of y'all have ever seen.
I'm fucking ready. Wife must have popcorn.
If it's a 25-minute episode, you got to watch the whole thing, man.
I always watch the whole haul.
That's awesome, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
no problem.
Because I have such great shit I buy. It's such a great deal.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm the GOAT of collecting. Not because of my collection, because I've seen other people's collections that have more volume, more shit than I do. But it's the price I get that for. Okay?
Yeah,
a lot of people are paying top crazy fucking money for some of this shit.
Yeah, because you talk about how you pay like 25 cents or something, or you're like haggling for a deal. Like, I think it's a cool concept. Yeah. Yeah,
when I had motivation, man, that was a really good concept.
Mm-hmm.
So just got to get back on it, man. 2021, new year, you know what I mean?
Speaking of motivation, like, I've been going out, like, I got the home gym, and you'd think that would make it easier to work out, but it's actually harder.
Yeah, because it's like, I can go whenever.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to go right now, you know?
And I've been going out there every once in a while, but I don't have the same, like, passion that I did, like, a year ago.
Yeah.
It sucks, but I'm trying to get back into it. Because I love lifting weights. It's just, I don't know. The wife said I had, like, seasonal depression.
Yeah.
Because of the cold weather and everything. Just fucked my mood up.
Well, that's the great thing about it, man. You got a good solid 6 months before we get back to cold weather again.
Yeah, right.
So should be able to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
When it gets hotter, dude, that's when you're going to have trouble.
Yeah, I got me a little fan ready for that shit, because
that garage, any garage can get hot.
It gets hot as fuck. Yeah, hot as balls. So, let's put a pin where Jared Leto. Let's talk about something like pull the pin back out.
Yeah.
Did you watch and see Jared Leto in the trailer?
Of course I did.
What do you think?
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I feel like if anything else, people are just going to watch it just for the nightmare sequence.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know how much it is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they said it's not a lot. It's just one little bit. But it looks like they have to obviously have a big part about it, because you're supposed to see the whole evil Superman saga in this, is what they made it seem like. Like, it goes through the whole nightmare sequence, like, and Batman is like the only fucking one left.
And that's what I missed out on the first one, is like, I understand the dream sequences, but they weren't utilized properly, and they didn't like add to the story, but I saw what he was going for.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why everybody wanted to see this so bad, was because he set it up so good. I thought in Batman vs Superman, everybody bitched about it at the time, like, oh, this makes no fucking sense, and he's just teasing us with shit, and like, this was supposed to pay off. This was supposed to be 2 fucking movies, or 3 movies, something like that.
No,
and you know, this one was supposed to end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know if the good guys are gonna win or not. And then part 2 was supposed to be the coup de grace,
right,
where everything comes full circle.
mm-hmm.
He said that Zack Snyder said that, like, he did the best he could to wrap it, but still leave it with like hey, if they ever decide to let me do it, it's there to do.
Yeah, I think this is one of the full well, besides like Sucker Punch, that he's getting like full reins, full creative control.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what he does, because I really, really like Zack Snyder. I think
I'm excited for that Army of the Dead that he's doing for Netflix. It's got a good cast too.
He said that's like, what did he say about that? It's one of his favorite movies that he's made, I think. Something along those lines.
Well, Dawn of the Dead was the first movie he made.
And it was so good.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a Zack Snyder movie either.
It's kind of funny. It's like he kind of restarted the zombie trend.
He did.
That and Shaun of the Dead, honestly, did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Walking Dead came and all that other shit. But he kind of brought it back. And it's one of my favorite zombie movies. Like, I don't like a ton of them.
Same.
But it's one of the ones I do enjoy. Shaun of the Dead's just fucking funny.
Zombieland.
And Zombieland is in 2. I fucking love Zombieland too.
I don't love it, but it's funny.
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was just as funny as the first one. I really did.
Speaking of comedies, I watched a comedy yesterday.
What'd you watch?
Psycho Goreman.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people haven't. So because you're always asking for comedies.
Yeah.
And I want to watch this one with you on the podcast. So whenever we get around to it, we're going to watch Psycho Goreman, and I'm excited.
All right.
So this
do that.
interdimensional being, he's like a conqueror of worlds. He gets not stranded on Earth, but this girl like resurrects him, and he's controlled by this stone. But this bratty little girl is the one that finds the stone and like controls this fucking like destruction alien, and he has to listen to everything she says, and it's probably the funniest thing I've seen in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I do like the premise for it. It does.
Yeah,
because
he's trying to be like super serious and die. He's like, I will fucking destroy you. And she's like, shut up, go sit down. And then he goes and sits down. It's the most hilarious concept ever.
Is it like older or is it newer?
It just came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Who plays the thing?
You know what? I'm
guy?
not even sure. I didn't even look that up, but he does such a good job, whoever he is.
That feels like a Dave Bautista role or something.
Yeah, it does. It has Batiste
or Cena, whatever. Somebody like that.
Who does he play in Guardians? What's his name?
Drax.
It does feel like a Drax character. It really does.
Drax the Destroyer.
Matthew Ninber? Ninber?
It's probably a wrestler or something.
He's
not like a big guy or anything.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's huge in the movie. I don't know how it translates like from reality, but it's fucking hilarious. And I hope you get a kick out of it like I do. Like I did anyway.
Yeah, man. It sounds like a watch. Sounds like a good watch.
Yeah. And the thing is, it got me thinking, like, it's really gory, too. Like, really gory. They go for it.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't sugarcoat the shit at all?
No, not at all.
Huh. Yeah, I could get a kick out of that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because my brother, we were talking on Facebook. He's like, I kind of want to see this movie. I'm like, dude, if you come over, I'll rent it and we'll watch it together. And that's what we did yesterday. It was a good time.
Hell yeah, dude. Get to hang out with the bro. Watch a funny movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I took my son to see the Croods on Friday. It was fucking good, man.
Really?
The Croods 2.
I was going to say, I didn't really care for the first one. It was
I never saw the first one, honestly.
I started to watch it, but I was like, this is so like middle of the road animated comedy.
When I heard who the cast and everything, I was just like, wow, Nick Cage, Ryan Reynolds, holy shit. Peter Dinklage was in this one. Leslie Mann was in it. Mm-hmm. I was like, shit, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, I seen a preview while I was at work and it was on TV. I was like, oh, that actually looks kind of funny. So it was good.
Yeah, I mean, for a kid, you know what I'm saying? It's a kid's movie.
Right.
Me and my son laughed our ass off. I mean, I'm a fucking child too, so I get why I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. But like, yeah, we both enjoyed the shit out of it, man. And it just felt good to go to a movie, bro.
I know. I've been kind of putting it off, but
it's like been a year and a half, bro. Like, it was really not that bad, dude. Mm-hmm. I had the place to myself.
Nice.
Me and him were the only people there.
Oh, isn't that the best?
Oh, it was fucking fantastic.
That's how I watched that Hatchet movie we pulled out of the death box.
Oh, wow. Well, I know why that bitch was empty.
I watched Hatchet 2. That was the first time I saw
this.
The first
This was
one.
years before COVID. There was no excuse for there nobody to be in that movie theater.
And it was opening day, too.
Yeah, it just felt so good, bro, to get the popcorn and to get the drink and sit down in the recliners and watch it on the big screen, man. It was a cartoon. Would I've liked to have seen something crazier, bigger, better? For sure, but it just felt good to do it, man.
Yeah.
And I got to be with my son and did it, and it just felt really good, man. It felt like good times again.
Right. There's just something about the atmosphere of a theater that's nice to like people like you and I, and I think most people. I'm
going to take my son to see that Tom and Jerry movie when it comes out at the end of the month.
Oh my God.
I loved Tom and Jerry when I was a kid.
I did too, but I don't want to, I don't know.
Shit, man. Me and my son will still watch that shit together. Like, I get a kick out of it, man.
But Tom and Jerry was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid.
Them and the Looney Tunes, man. Like, that was my shit when I was a little kid, man. You remember Tiny Toons?
Mm-hmm.
I fucked with Tiny Toons and Bobby's World, all that shit, man. Like,
I fucking love Bobby's World.
Dude, Howie Mandel is a treasure.
Right.
He really is. And
underwater fish don't sting. I sing that all the fucking time.
Oh, how you doing, don't you know?
Another one that I watched was The Kid Detective.
Kid Detective.
Yeah, it's another like
Harriet. Harriet the Spy.
What? No, that's the name of the movie. The Kid Detective.
Oh.
Harriet the Spy.
You remember that movie?
I
right?
remember when we used to be able to buy those Nickelodeon movies and they were always orange.
Yeah. The
I don't know.
Rugrats movie was orange.
It was fucking orange.
Good Burger was orange.
That was so cool.
I watched Good Burger with my kids the other day.
Really?
Man. It's still funny.
Does it hold up?
No, I mean, it's a terrible movie, but like, it's still funny though.
Right.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder, like, you know why him and Kel and Keenan don't chill anymore. Like, you can tell by the time they did that movie that Keenan was like, I don't want to see you anymore. We've been together every day for like 8 years, bro. I don't want to fucking know you anymore. Like the way he's acting in the movie, it's just like, wow, y'all are so great at making each other seem like you hate each other. Because Kel seems like one of those guys that like he was just happy to be there.
Right.
He's like happy that he was getting a check. And
he's very Jason Mewes.
Right. And his characters were the fun ones.
Right.
He didn't have to play the straight man. You know, like Kevin Smith likes playing the straight man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Keenan, you could tell Keenan did not like to be that guy, but he kind of had to be that guy. Because they were like, well, this guy's fucking slapsticky as shit, so somebody's got to do the other part.
I was watching something about Jonah Hill. He kind of went through that transition where he was like the fat, funny guy. Mm-hmm. And then he wanted to be like into more serious roles. And I was listening to him on interviews, and this guy's like a dick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they say Jonah Hill's a motherfucker to work with.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to do comedies anymore, even though that's where he got his start. And don't get me wrong, he's a great actor, like Moneyball and Wolf of Wall Street. He shows he has talent.
Oh, he's got range, yeah.
But don't be a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Like if you're known for comedy, like
he's one of those people that like you could tell like he let his bad experiences get the best of him.
Yeah.
Like when he was on his way up, like he didn't. It's good to remember. Mm-hmm. That way you can, you know, I don't know.
Appreciate where you came from.
Right. But also, like, you're not supposed to turn around and do it just to other people just because that's how they did you.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
He seems like he's very scorned by it, and he wants everybody to know that, like, y'all tried to stop me, but, like, I fucking got through anyways, and now y'all are going to fucking pay for this.
Yeah, you shouldn't be so vindictive. But it was just funny because, like, these interviewers were trying to, like, joke around with him, like, and be funny. He's like, can you ask me some serious questions that aren't dumb?
Yeah, I saw that one.
And I
was
like,
sitting in a fucking office chair, like a swivel chair.
Yeah,
I see that one.
You got any questions that are smart? I was like, okay, be a dick. Anyway, it just made me think of that transition of him too. But
yeah, because I mean, for a little bit there, he was trying to do them serious movies.
Yeah,
and they were sucked.
For the most part, they do. I don't really care for them. Besides, like the two that I mentioned, like Moneyball and Wolf of Wall Street, and I think he did. War Dogs was pretty good, but that's
I like War Dogs, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's kind of got some comedy in it too. But yeah,
speaking of, that's kind of an underrated movie. Like,
War Dogs.
People do not talk about War Dogs. I think it's pretty great.
I think I like it too, and it's Todd Phillips.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Todd Phillips makes great fucking movies.
Right.
He can make serious movies, or he can make fucking comedy. Like I think he does real good.
Mm-hmm.
He gave us The Hangover. He's in the Hall of Fame. And he did Joker, bro.
Yeah.
I think when everybody heard he was going to be the guy directing Joker, everybody was like, what the fuck? The guy that did The Hangover? Old School?
Yeah.
That's who's doing Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker. Wow. And then, I mean, shit.
And then he fucking killed it.
That movie made like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Oscar. Yeah. It's great. I own it on Blu-ray.
Me too.
Of course.
I bought that. But anyway. Oh, I was just saying, like, I watched this movie, The Kid Detective. Shout out to, not that they need our shout out because they're bigger than us, but Red Letter Media.
Oh, yeah.
They were talking about it. This guy, he was obsessed with being a detective as a kid. So he'd like take these like little detective things when he was a kid. But then he gets older and he actually gets like a real case. And I don't know. It's like dark humor.
All right.
I might put that on your list too.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Dude, shout out to Mick, man. Like, we need to fucking holler at him, dude. We Massacre's making a new movie.
Yeah.
I wanted my fucking cameo, bro. We gotta get in that. Just throw me in there, bro. Fucking, I'm in moving scenery. I don't need any lines, man. I just want to be in a movie.
Yeah. Hit them up. I'm sure they'd be happy to put you in there, like as an extra.
Fuck that. I want both of us in
I want to
there.
be in the fucking movie.
Come on, man. We gotta be in there together. Like, you gotta be. It's like Jay and Silent Bob, really. We gotta both be in there, man.
All right, fine. I'll hit Mick up and see if he has a dual cameo.
Yeah, bro. We could just be like fucking, I don't know, play rock, paper, scissors or some shit. I don't care, man.
Bouncers at a club or something.
Something, man. Fucking bartender. I don't give a shit. I'll be a jizz mopper in the movie. I don't care. I could be the guy mopping up and you're the guy beating off in the booth. I don't care, dude. Like, I just want to be in the movie.
Right.
I just want to be in it.
All right, I'll hit him up.
Same with that before I died. I was in a movie. 5 seconds. It was beautiful. I should have got an Oscar for that shit. But, yeah, but dude, Mortal Kombat looks fucking crazy.
Oh my God,
too,
thank you
bro.
for bringing that up. I knew there was something else I wanted to talk about. Fucking Mortal Kombat came out with their trailer.
And it looks like they're trying. Like,
Yeah.
they're actually trying. Like, they're going to try to give it somewhat of a plot. And, like, I don't know, man.
Well, like I was telling me and my brother were talking about this. So they have a character in there that's not in the games. What's his name?
Cole.
Yeah, some boring ass character. I don't want this to be like the Godzilla movie.
Right.
Where it's like 90% of this Cole character that's not doing anything, and then you get like 15, 20 minutes of like the Mortal Kombat.
It looked like there was some other motherfuckers getting it on, dude. That Sub-Zero versus Scorpion
Oh,
fight.
it looks fucking sick.
What? It looked like a couple characters you hadn't seen either, too.
Noob Sabat. It looked like Noob Sabat because it was the Cyrax with the clouds. I was like, oh fuck yeah.
Old boy with the forearms, Gorgon or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Jax. It shows how Jax gets his fucking
his arms, bro. It looks so cool. It freezes his fucking arms off.
just rips them off, and then he comes back with his cyborg arms. Shit looks so. And Sonya Blade goes against the one-eyed guy. I can't ever think of his fucking name.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Kano.
Yeah. And then you got Liu Kang and that bitch turning into a fire dragon. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome, bro.
I really want it to be. I want it to just be dumb fun. Like, don't get too caught up in the plot.
I think it will be. And I think that the Cole guy is gonna be Johnny Cage. Like, I think that's what Johnny Cage's real name is.
You think so?
Because I think Johnny Cage is going to be like his stage name.
Because that's what a lot of people were saying. They're like, they put all these characters, but they didn't put Johnny Cage, and he's like one of the main. That's actually a good little theory.
It's a young white guy. Like, it's kind of like an origin movie, but at the same time, you're still showing everybody the meat.
Well, I thought he was going to be like Liu Kang, but then it showed Liu Kang. Well, I'm like, I guess
Right.
not.
Well, I mean, I was like, dude, if they fucking didn't put an Oriental guy as Liu Kang, they're going to get shit on hard. Right. It's going to be fucking whatchamacallit all over again.
Oh, Shang Tsung looks fucking sick, too.
Oh, dude, that guy's great, man. The whole thing, Raiden, the whole thing looks fucking amazing, bro.
It does.
They didn't look like they fucking pulled any expense on how this movie's going to look.
But then me and my brother were talking about, like, we want this, like, the dumb action, just show all the characters, fatalities, just give us the fucking popcorn. Give us the fast food of movies.
It definitely looks like you're going to get some fatalities in this one.
Right. But we also were kind of disappointed. Did you ever see the Mortal Kombat, like, YouTube thing that somebody made where it was like Mortal Kombat based on like real life? Like it was like a drama series. but it was like a short teaser. Like this is what they wanted to make, but it
Right.
never got off the ground. We're like, fuck, we wanted to see that.
I think I have seen that.
I'm sure you have.
It looks like it's like a little 5-minute scene or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I think.
But
I have
it looks
seen
intense as shit.
Yeah.
Me and him wanted that so bad.
They did that with Dragon Ball Z too.
Yeah.
That one looked pretty dope. They had like a Krillin and a Cell and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it'll be good.
So I kind of messaged you about this. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it,
Right.
but the movie finally came out.
Yeah. Oh, Wonderland.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland came out.
Wonderland.
So,
I definitely want to do that. I should be able to. I mentioned it for a second to my wife the other day, and she said that she didn't care. So yeah, as long as nothing comes up before then, we should be able to do that. No problem.
Okay, cool. So because we're going on a trip Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we're going to be gone. I don't want to try to I don't want to squeeze in 2 movies one week. I want to get away from that. So
Right.
hopefully next week we can get together. I'll rent Willy's Wonderland. We'll watch it together, and then we'll come in here and talk about what we just fucking saw.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Because it looks ridiculous. I showed it to my brother. I'm like, have you seen this? He's like, no. As soon
When
as
I saw this, I said, "Oh God, Greg's got to see this fucking
yes,
thing."
I'm 100% into it.
It's Nick Cage, obscure Nick Cage at its best. Dude. It's probably gonna be fucking ridiculous.
I hope so.
It's just the trailer. I was like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, when he's killing fucking animatronics with a pool stick, like a cue
Stabbing
stick.
the fucking shit out of it. Yeah, it's gonna be different. You get one thing you say about Nick Cage. You can say, God, this guy can't pick a movie to save his fucking life now, but like, hey, he's paying the bills, man.
Right?
And he doesn't do the same movie twice. Like, you can't say that. Like, well, except for like sequels, but shit.
More power to him. Fuck him. He's
I think
making
he's like, at least he's tried something different. Like,
exactly. A lot of
I ain't
these,
heard that. I ain't never heard that before. I'll do that one.
It's a lot of these older actors go for these like easy roles, like these rom-coms or like soft comedies
Somebody's
or
dad
whatever.
or-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fucking. But he's just going for the fences. Like he's like, it sounds weird enough. I can fucking do it.
You gonna pay me $2 million to star in this fucking shit box? Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I was young once. High fives the 25-year-old director. Like, fuck it, dude.
Did you ever see The Mom and Dad?
No, I want to though. That one looks
That
crazy.
one's ridiculous.
That
where
one
the
looks crazy.
parents turn on their kids trying to kill him. So these kids are trying to get away from Nick Cage trying to kill him. It's ridiculous. I liked it.
Yeah, it looked insane, dude.
It is pretty insane.
A lot of the ones he does, man, that he's done in the last like 5 years.
Yep. There's one that I wanted to see, and I think we talked about it. Mandy. I'm just gonna fucking buy the Steelbook off Amazon and watch it because I
The
want it.
Steel Book.
Yes.
Oh god. Is that the one where his daughter's a zombie?
Not a zombie. I'm
Or
not
is
sure.
that the one Schwarzenegger was in? Because I heard there was one where he was Maggie.
Maggie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, right. And like his daughter was a zombie or some shit. in the
Oh,
movie.
really?
I think that's what it was. Something weird.
Yeah. It didn't look interesting, so I didn't bother.
No. But oh, there was another one Nick Cage movie I wanted to see where he plays like a bad guy. He's got this huge mustache. He's wearing the aviators like the whole movie. And he's like got like a Brooklyn accent and shit. Like he's supposed to be like he owns like a strip joint or something. Like it looked terrible, but like I want to see it.
Speaking of, it's funny how I can like picture that in my head so easily. But I was curious about all the Nick Cage movies, and I went on Vudu and I went to because you can go to the actors page and it pulls up all their movies. My wife walks in the room. She's like, "Why the fuck is Vudu full of so many Nick Cage movies?" Like she was so offended, but he's done so many movies.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah,
I can not imagine how much money he owes the IRS. Like, because they say that's why he does all these fucking movies.
really?
Yeah, they said that like it's an ungodly amount of money he had to pay back the IRS.
Speaking of, I was thinking about this the other day. I think you're reminding me. So I was thinking about something the other day.
What's up?
So in the past couple of years, a website has taken off. OnlyFans, where girls mostly are using this to sell pictures of their bodies. Do what you want. I'm fine with it.
Videos,
Whatever. More power to you. I was thinking about how many of these people probably don't pay taxes on that shit.
I think it's only after a certain amount you got to pay them.
Yeah. And then I was thinking, could you imagine doing like not you, but like a person doing OnlyFans making all this money, and then like years down the road they get audited and they have to pay all these back taxes, and they're like, what do you have to pay these taxes for? Oh, fucking OnlyFans porn thing I did back in the day.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Me and my wife talked about it.
Do it.
Like taking our faces out of it and just like fucking.
That's what most I don't know. I've never paid for it, but I'm assuming that's what most people do. They just hide their faces and
you know, there's another one. Like, you know, I've seen one where like chicks be jerking dudes off with their feet and shit. Like, I'm like, fuck, babe, you could do that to me.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I tell girls all the time, like, if you want easy money, just do foot stuff. Like, you don't even have to get naked. There's plenty of weirdos out there that'll just pay for pictures of your feet.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah. It's such an easy market to get into, and you don't even have to do anything. People see your feet anyway. Like, if you can make money off of it.
Yeah, being a woman, I feel like it's a little bit easier.
I feel like my feet are feminine enough. I could get away with it.
See, like, that's the thing, though, man. Like, I'm sure there are dudes out there that want to see other dudes dip their feet and shit. Like, I mean,
right.
Different strokes for different folks.
Right.
Not hating on it.
No.
It's different, you know.
Make your paper.
Exactly. You know, I think it takes entrepreneurship to another thing because, like, you're making money literally off of what you were given.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what I was thinking, too. I was like, God, like, how low do you have to be to, like, just make money off of your body? But I'm like, you were given a gift. Why not show it off?
I honestly think it just has to do with where you're, like, how you feel morally. You know what I mean? Because some people feel like, well, it's, you know, it's damn near prostitution. It's not.
Not really.
I mean, yeah, if that's what your content is a different random guy coming and fucking the shit out of you on camera every week, then yeah. That's
but even still, it's like your prerogative. If a girl wants to be a prostitute, then more power to you as long as you're being safe.
Oh, I'm sure there's people out there that are paying weekly, monthly to see that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
The one dude, he's on TikTok, man. He said him and his girl make $5,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Off OnlyFans.
I talked to my wife about it. She's not into it, but you know,
$7 is all the membership is.
Like, is that the lowest tier or something?
I think so. But to see all their content for a month for $7, some people will pay that every dime.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a good looking chick.
Right.
Or you got like a massive cock that you pound somebody with. People will tune in for that shit, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see somebody naked.
Yeah, I think OnlyFans, Uber, and fucking Bitcoin are like the three best hustles I've seen over the last couple of years.
Oh, Bitcoin's blowing up right now.
The fucking Uber, dude. God, it took taxi and like took it to the next one.
Well, also with the pandemic and everything, it's kind of blown up even more so.
Yeah.
With the DoorDash too.
People needing jobs, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's insane. Like, just how much money these people have made off of that. I wish I'd have bought into Lysol. Fucking had a crystal ball, bro. Gone back a year ago and bought fucking. My wife worked with a guy that spent $2,000 on stock on Lysol right before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Turned into $28,000 in a month.
Yep. My brother was telling me that there was a guy that started working out with him and he started playing the stock market and then quit because he was making so much money playing stocks.
It's just such a gamble, bro.
Oh, that's all it is. It's gambling.
Really
but there's like there's a way to do it to like almost guarantee that you make money. You just have to be smart about it.
Right.
And it becomes a job. Like you have to keep a check on it all day.
That is your job, like literally checking this fucking screen every 10 minutes.
Exactly. You're just watching stocks all day.
Yeah, that sounds depressing as fuck.
Some people just
I mean, if you're doing it and you're good at it, I'm not saying do that shit. But
yeah, exactly.
I got other shit going on. I ain't got time.
Right. I don't have time to just sit here and watch stocks.
And because you watch movies like Wolf of Wall Street and The Big Short, like I never would feel good about getting a stockbroker or anything like that. Because they're just going to fuck you. They fuck your money up, dude.
Yeah, even with the apps too, Robinhood is doing the same thing because of the whole GameStop thing. They started like freezing people's accounts so they couldn't buy stocks or whatever. So you can't even trust the apps.
That's good. That is so cool though. How they fuck those rich people though.
Hell yeah.
I wish we could do that with every big corporation.
I know. I saw this thing online. Like everyone's upset about poor people working the system, but rich people do it every day, and you don't think anything of it.
Yeah, I saw that one too, and it's the truth.
It is.
It's because the fucking elite didn't get their taste.
Right. They got fucked over, and now they're all mad about it.
Yeah, welcome to us every day. You know what I mean?
Right. Get a taste.
I love stories like that where the little guy gets to give the big fuck you to the big guy.
Yeah, the fucking underdogs.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I think, it's weird to me. Do you notice like how much people in this country love a fucking underdog story?
Right.
We're the biggest powerhouse in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
We need to stop winning so much. We need
like we win so much and we have so much that like being at a disadvantage is what drives our curiosity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
we live like such kings. We admire those people that come from nothing, and especially like you love those stories. You talk about it all the time. You love those people that like were born with nothing and then make themselves.
Even if they're fucking piece of shit, it's like, I mean, it still had to get there,
right?
And I can respect that, the hustle. Like sometimes you start off with good intentions, but like by the end of it, you got there, you got to the finish line one way or the other.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself.
I was gonna say it, but I was like, I don't know, man. But yes, it's exactly
it was right on the tip of your tongue.
Exactly what it is, bro.
Yep.
The Dark Knight still influencing us today.
It has some of the best dialogue. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, me and Meg talked about that for about 20 minutes the other day.
Yeah, Nick is dangerous when you answer the phone. Because you got to be prepared. You got to have like at least an hour put away to talk to him. Like, I love Nick to death, but that motherfucker loves to talk.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, shit. So do we. That's why.
Oh
we
yeah,
do this.
Exactly.
But yeah, he really wants to do that double episode.
We are. We're gonna get together. We're all gonna head over to his place, and
I'm interested to see it. I think it'll be definitely be a badass episode.
Mm-hmm.
He said if we ever do a true romance, he's got to be on for that.
I'm down. He would definitely be a good. I'm gonna keep his fucking ass on track though. Motherfucker loves to get off topic.
Hey man, that's what's great about it though.
Yeah.
The Mick episodes, like we always we pick the topic and then we just go off the rails.
Yeah, we pick a topic and then don't talk about it the whole time.
Well, you have to have something to title it. You know what I mean? But
that's why I just call it Mick Sawyer, because it's just a blender of
Mick Sawyer again. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, that's a great title.
I love just fucking talking to him though. He's such like the IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
Like that motherfucker is like full of knowledge.
He's just like me with that shit. He's a fucking walking...
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get you guys together, because you guys like I can't even have a word in because you guys are going at it so hard.
Sometimes the shit he drops on me about movies that I didn't even know about. I'm just like, wow, bro, that is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Mick, man.
Right. We'll get that going. We'll get him on, because I want to do True Romance. I watched it recently and I'm like, I love this movie so fucking much.
Good, dude.
Like every time I watch it, I like a little bit more. And we'll get together and do the Watchmen episode. Are you gonna watch the show? He wants to talk about the show, but nobody's seen it except him.
It's because I don't have HBO Max yet.
Oh, you're waiting for the Snyder Cut?
Yeah, bro. I'm not paying for a month if I don't need it.
You could just watch Sopranos again, like I'm doing.
I own them all.
Oh, right. You did say that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what else I'm watching for fucking... Because I'll be in my room, or I'll be in the living room, like, I'm not in the mood to watch Sopranos. I want something easy that I don't have to pay attention to. I don't really want to watch a movie. So I've been putting on True Blood.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. So I put it on the other day, and I was like, I'm into it. Like, let's see where this goes.
Did you watch it when it was on?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, man, I hated it.
Did you hate it?
I never watched a single episode. It came on before the show I watched on HBO at the time. Forgot what it was. I want to say it was like fucking Entourage or Ballers or something like that. But yeah, I watched it and I was just like, oh, this fucking sucks.
I mean, it's vampires and sex. It's basically like
gay vampires, I don't know. And it was at the height of all the Twilight and all of the shit, and I was just so
but
over vampires.
I don't feel like it's as cheesy as Twilight. Like Twilight,
it looked cheesy as a motherfucker.
I mean, it has its moments, but it's not like sparkly vampire cheesy.
I'm sorry, like I get it, they're dead and they're old and shit, but like, why did they always pale them the fuck out, dude? The guy, that's all I remember about that show is how much him and Batman look like fucking just powder faces, dude. Like
pale face powder gang.
Pale face powder gang. What the face? Yeah, I was not a big fan. And then I saw like later on in the seasons, because like I said, I'd always see the preview for the next week.
Yeah.
My show was getting ready to come on. And then they started throwing witches and fucking werewolves and everything. I was like, you motherfuckers, dude. Y'all are just doing anything to keep this shit going on. There's like zombies and shit in there. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm into it. It's just something to watch while I am bored, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if my wife ever watched it or not, but I didn't.
All my friends love it. It's like their favorite show. So
I mean, I'm not hating.
No, I'm just
But I don't know, man. I want to start. I watched 2 episodes of that show, Happy. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, dude. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
what is it?
It's the guy from Law and Order SVU, Chris. Forget his name. Chris something, but he's the main guy in crime, CSI, not CSI, fucking SVU, Law and Order SVU. He's an ex-cop and like an alcoholic, and like a piece of shit, but like he used to be a good guy. And this little girl gets kidnapped by this guy dressed up as Santa. He's kidnapped all these children. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he's like about to make a fucking code out of them or what. Like I said, I'm only 2 episodes in, but it's like a real sick fuck. But he keeps them in these fucking boxes and shit.
Wait.
It came on Sci-Fi or something like that. Or IFC.
We're not talking about the same thing, because I was thinking about the show where this guy sees a little horse.
Blue unicorn.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Patton Oswalt plays the fucking unicorn, dude.
I saw the first episode. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous, but I didn't keep up with it.
Dude, like I said, I'm on episode 3, man, and I'm into it.
Oh, really?
I'm into it. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and like watch it.
Right.
And it's at Christmas time and shit, but like, yeah, he knows he's going fucking crazy, and he's like, can anybody else see this fucking thing? Like, it's fucking, he's had like a heart attack and he's died and shit, but like, for some reason, like they won't let him die because he's got to help these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the unicorn is the little girl's imaginary best friend,
right?
And he's like, you are the only one that can help because you're the only one that can see me. And he's just walking down the street. You fucking piece of shit. And people are like, fuck you. He's like, fuck you. It's fucking hilarious.
I did watch the first episode. And I just thought it was so ridiculous. But
and I thought that was what was so cool, because if you watch him on SVU, he's like the straight, like, you know, like, and he's just so fucking wild and off the cuff. And this other one, I was just like, I can't wait to watch this. I think there's 1 season, maybe 2. I think there's 2. No, there's 2 seasons.
Oh, so they did do a new season.
I think so. And yeah, I'm going to watch the shit out of that.
Let me know how you like it, because I might go back and rewatch that when I'm done with Sopranos and everything.
And they're like hour episodes, too.
Yeah, they're long.
But it, like I said, they're real intense. But there is some humor sprinkled in through them, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was a show I was going to watch on HBO Max because we have it. So I was like, they have a lot of good shows, or something I wanted to watch, because there's one called Deuces. Mm-hmm. I saw like a trailer for it, but I love the aesthetic. It's like that 1970s, like just aesthetic. And I was obsessed with it. So I'm like, oh, there's a show Deuces. I saw the trailer for it. It looked really interesting. You know, I was talking to the wife. I was like, you want to watch it? She's like, sure, let's check it out. So I like go to it, and we start reading the synopsis. It's about the rise of pornography in the 70s. She's like, oh, hard pass. That's what you want to do, is watch porn? You're trying to tell me something? And I was like, I didn't realize that's what it was.
It's very misleading, Dave.
Yeah.
Thinking like a street gang or something.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. I thought it was like gangs in the 70s, but no, it's just porn.
Either fuck her on camera or we'll kill your family. That's pretty good. Yeah, I saw some of the stuff they had on HBO Max, and I can't wait to get it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm just holding off for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
My wife wants to get it because they're making new Sex of the City episodes.
Oh my God.
Everybody's coming back except Kim Cattrall. So she's super excited about that. She's like, we have to get HBO Max. I'm like, we're already getting HBO Max. Snyder Cut.
Yeah, exactly. Once Snyder Cut hits, like everything on this podcast is going on pause.
I'm afraid the motherfucker's going to crash when it comes out.
I think so too.
Because so many fucking people are going to be
They're
watching
all going to sign up at the same time, and it's going to crash servers.
Yeah, I might do it like a couple days at a time.
Do it like a week in advance. When they give like a release date, do it like the week before.
Oh, it's already out, dude. March 18th.
Oh, so they did give a release date.
And I heard they're changing it up too, bro, because people in other countries wanted to watch it too.
Yeah. And
I heard that they're not going to do the hour. They're going to just release the whole fucking thing at once.
Are you serious?
That's what I heard.
So did you want to do one a week, or did you want to do the whole thing at once?
That's what I'm saying. If they broke it down like episodes, I would like to do that way, because I don't want to try to fit 4 hours into an episode.
Right.
But at the same time, if they just release it all as one, like a movie, I mean, I guess we could, what are you going to do? Like, oh, that was an hour, turn it off. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But we'll find a way to do more than one episode on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will do it. It'll just do 4 episodes. Maybe they'll release all 4 on the same day instead of, maybe that's what they're talking about. They'll release all 4 together instead of one by one.
Yeah.
Because I would have figured if you're going to do it like that, you're going to have it come out on March 1st. That way you got 4 weeks to drop the fucking thing.
Yeah, but HBO has always been bad about that because, like, with Game of Thrones, they would just release 1 episode each week.
Yeah.
Like, they have that old school TV feel, even though that's not the age we live in anymore.
I mean, shit, Sopranos used to get me like that every fucking week, man. And Entourage, all that stuff. They are the kings of wait till next week.
Yeah.
Next week, man.
That was the hardest getting through Game of Thrones, was the wait till next week. They're really good about the cliffhangers.
The Wire, all that shit, man.
Yeah.
Every great show that's ever came on HBO, which there's a lot of them. But, yeah. So, I don't know, man. We'll see how it works. But, yeah, that's what I did here. That was the latest thing I heard was people in, like, other countries were like, what the fuck? We want to watch it, too. And I saw an online poll on YouTube, like, people were like, what movies are you the most excited for? And the only thing that I thought it would have any kind of competition for Snyder Cut was Godzilla vs. Kong. 45% of people were hyped for the Snyder Cut the most. And then King Kong was like 32. It was like right behind it.
Yeah.
But I think Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be fucking epic.
Right.
It's going to be some shit like, wow, I've never seen this before. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Just the trailer, dude. They're fighting on a fucking battleship. Like, how cool is that, dude?
I know. I didn't even think about that, but that is such like a cool concept. I'm excited for
And
it.
he beats the fucking thing, growling at the fucking water, and then you just see him split the fucking boat in half, dude. I'm like, yes!
Because you know monkeys can't swim.
That's crazy because they're like the closest thing to us. Like, you would figure they'd have figured that out.
Yeah, but that's why they say we're not related to apes as much as we think we are, because if you throw a baby human in the water, it instinctively holds its breath. If you throw a baby chimpanzee in the water, it'll drown to death.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Kids hold their breath automatically? Huh.
It's just an instinct we have from birth, but apes don't have that instinct.
You know what I always thought was crazy? You know how women will have underwater births because they say it's more soothing for the child and, you know, whatever. Did you know that kid can still breathe underwater until the oxygen hits his lungs for the first time?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
You could have an aqua baby, bro. You could have...
I don't think it works that way, but...
You could have an Aquaman, bro, if he never got oxygen, bro. And you just kept him underwater his entire childhood.
No, I think he eventually needs the oxygen to live.
Is it?
I think so.
Because if not, dude, I'm surprised somebody's not tried that. Is that terrible? Like,
I was just thinking, like, I don't know how umbilical cords work.
That's how they eat.
Well, yeah, but they breathe through it too. I sound like a real fucking idiot right now because I don't know. Because I know that's how they get their nutrition.
You
and
feel
they
like
grow.
a fucking idiot. I have 2 children, and I don't know this. I want to say they don't breathe out of it because their lungs aren't all the way developed.
Yeah.
So I want to say that like that they're not breathing.
Because now I'm curious,
because
like
they're not born yet. I guess I don't know.
Right. So what's the transition from being inside the mother to breathing air? Because now you got me questioning it.
Like that's what it is, dude. Because that's why I said they have the underwater births because they're more soothing and it's not as crazy as coming into the world. Because like you said, they've never breathed before, they've never seen light, none of that shit. So like that's why when babies come out, they're fucking crying like a motherfucker because they're like, "What the fuck? I was just there for 9 months." And then like,
well, no, it's because the doctor hit them because they're.
Well, they got to pinch them, make sure they're breathing or whatever.
Yeah, they have to make them breathe. That's how they get them to take their first breath. But yeah,
if they're born under the water, like they don't take that first breath yet. Not until you pull them out.
This sounds like a movie we need to make, like the birth of Aquaman. Just never leaves the water.
Yeah, though, like a sideshow type of shit. Look at the fish boy. He's just like gonna take.
He's never breathed.
He's never breathed oxygen. That's the whole movie. They like break him out. You know, the environmentalist kids break him out. You're free now. This is air.
What if he's like superhuman underwater, but then he breathes the water? He just breathes air and he just becomes a normal human being.
That would be the greatest part of the movie. He tries to go back. I can't breathe the water anymore.
Right. You took away all his powers.
You fucked me. Sorry. You're free now.
You're free? Free from what?
I'm 35. I've never had a fucking job. I've never been to school. I don't know anything. I don't even know how to walk.
He goes back in the water and he's like drowning because he's trying to get back into his life.
We got to get the funding for this shit, man. It feels like that Guillermo del Toro movie, but like way, way funnier.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not the shape
Take
of
out
water.
the love interest.
Yeah, well, fuck the love interest. I don't want a love interest.
the water is his love interest.
Exactly.
Or he's in love with a dolphin.
The boy who breathed water. Oh, my God. Aquaman with a tad turn. The sad turn.
Oh.
That would be fantastic, man. I'm going to write that.
You should.
We're going to write that.
On that note, I think we've gone long enough. So on next week, we'll try and do Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, yeah. We'll get it done, bro.
Okay, cool. So until then.
Later, y'all.
Later.